Hello and welcome back to another episode of Internal Rambles. This is your girl, Rochelle. If you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you for tuning back in. Internal Rambles. What do I do over here? I discuss everything from my life, trending entertainment topics, music, etc. You can reach me pretty much everywhere that you get your podcast content. If you're listening to me on YouTube, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also reach me at my official website, which is internalramblespodcast.com. On the contact page, you can leave me a question, leave me some feedback. I would love to hear from you. Leave me some relationship questions or some life questions. Leave me a voicemail, and you just may get featured on a future episode. And also, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, head on over to the review portion of Apple Podcasts. Leave me a review. That really helps me out to let me know what you think of what I'm doing here. Alrighty, so I'm going to start this off the way that I do every Thursdays, which is either with Rochelle's Rave, something that is exciting me, something great that's happening, something that I'm looking forward to, or with Rochelle's Rant. Something that has frustrated me, gotten on your girl's nerve, something that has upset my spirit. And today I have a rant. So let's get into Rochelle's rant for this episode. Okay, so my rant for today is just, I am a pretty routine person. I have my things that I enjoy, whether it's my routine on how I get dressed in the morning, or my routine and how I go about my day, or my routine and how I shop. And it's been frustrating lately. I have my certain products that I enjoy, and it feels a little bit like we're back in the height of the pandemic, where I've been trying to repurchase some of my items that I tend to repurchase. And every time I go, particularly on Amazon, things are out of stock, and pretty much they're out of stock. And I have a few items that are on, you know how Amazon has a subscribe and save, so you can set up a frequency every 2 months, every 3 months. And so I got a notification, something that I've had on subscribe and save for about 2 to 3 years minimally. Well, we no longer are going to be selling this product, but here's a list of products you can subscribe and save instead. And it's like, no, bruh, I don't want to. When I shop, I do research. I like to, if it's an item that has ingredients, I like to research the ingredients. I like to read the reviews before I make a purchase. I am pretty, I don't know if you want to call that anal. It's just, I want to make an informed decision when I buy stuff. But then when I buy it, if I like it, certain things, I'll keep repurchasing it. If it's a clothing item, I may buy multiples of that same thing if I really, really like it. I'm the type of person, if I like something, I'll buy that same item in 4 or 5 colors. I may buy that same item in the same color multiple times. So it's just frustrating. And then I have this certain item that I like and I need because it helps me. And I can't find anything comparable. I've even went the pricier route. And I'm one of those type of people that just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's good quality. So the one product that I was using, I can't find in the stores anywhere. So I was going to Amazon to get it, and then they stopped selling it. So then I purchased another item by the same company, but just something kind of similar. And now they don't have that item. And I'm just, bro, can I get my stuff? And it's just frustrating. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I need what I need. I don't feel like trying to find an alternative because I did purchase a pricier item and it's not working. So I'm like, Amazon, are y'all not purchasing? Why are y'all out of stock of so much? And it's not so much, but out of what I need. That's what I'm saying. So that's my rant. It's just, I need what I need. I need my stuff. Amazon. And it's not like they've had like a big sale. They haven't had their Prime Day It's not Black Friday. So why y'all ain't got y'all products? Amazon? But it's not just Amazon. I do feel as though sometimes when I'm going to, like, just even going into the stores, why y'all not stocked? Is there a deficit in products? It feels like when we were in the height of the pandemic, where the stuff at? Where's the inventory? Why y'all not stocked up? Some of my favorite stores, okay, I'm like, okay, I gotta go shopping. And I hate going in the store, but I also gotta stop the Instacartons and the Grubhubbins, and because that's getting pricey. So I'm like, okay, let me get my list, and then when I go in the stores, y'all don't have what I need, and so it's just, that's why I've been resorting to ordering online, because when I go in the stores, it's frustrating when I'm going to stores, but then when I'm ordering online, y'all don't have what I need. So it's just, where is the inventory? Where is the stuff? So that's my rant. And that's why I used to, pre-pandemic, I was never, what do they call those? I'm never a stockpiler, but why I used to buy multiples of things. And I don't necessarily do that now, but now I feel as though I need to get back to doing that. So at least certain things that I know I use over and over again, that I know I'm having a hard time finding, at least when I'm running out of something, I can have that time to find it or find an alternative, because it's getting rough out here again. So that's my rant. I hate shopping. That's really the real thing is, I hate shopping in general. That's it. So it's agitating for me. So if I had money, I tell you, I would have someone do shopping for me, because I just don't enjoy it. I like online shopping. That's just been my thing for a long time, pre-pandemic. But then when you can't even get what you need when you're online shopping, But that's it. That's my little rant for today. Alrighty, okay. So how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. I had a good day today. It was I had a bit of a moody day, but I'm doing well. Had some, you know how you're agitated and you're not sure if things are really agitating you or if you're just feeling moody. So, but I'm okay now. So let's address the elephant in the room. Right? Not to be dramatic, this really isn't dramatic. So last week there was no podcast episode. I just couldn't find the time to do it. And I've never done that in my over 2 years of podcasting. I've never not released an episode unless it was a planned no podcast episode week. So, lo siento. I'm sorry. I just couldn't get it out. So, but here we are. We are here. I work listen, I used to, when I worked nights, graveyard shift, and I would be up 3-4 in the morning recording. So, but I just couldn't get it together last week. I'm not perfect, but here we are. I do try my darndest to push out content. I've been doing this for over 2 years, and I just couldn't do it. And this is, this isn't my job. I do this as a hobby. I do this for y'all. I do this for me. I love doing it, but I just couldn't get it out. So I am recording this really early, so to make sure that this isn't 2 weeks of no podcast episode, I don't run into no problems. So the topics that I'm talking about right now may be a little bit older in the way that things happen so fast, but I just wanted to make sure that I recorded this and got this done, so I didn't have any hurdles, and I don't have 2 weeks of no podcast episodes. So here we are, recording, getting this out. Bear with me. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry about that. I don't hope that occurs anymore, but life happens. we all know. So here we are, and we're going to do what we do over here. Talk about some entertainment topics, maybe some life stuff, actually a little bit of life stuff, and we'll wrap it on up, okay? Thank you for tuning in. I truly appreciate y'all. I will discuss some podcast updates, just talk about what I am going to announce, I have made a decision on what I am going to be reviewing. I did make a decision on which reality show I will be reviewing. I did stop reviewing Married at First Sight because, child, this is the worst season ever in Married at First Sight. I couldn't do it no more, but I did make a decision on which reality show I am going to pick up and start reviewing and recapping. So I'll talk about that at the end of the episode, at the end of this episode. So let's get into some entertainment stuff, okay? So I feel as though every few months, I don't even know if this is true duration, but it happens. Somebody's always discrediting Drake, hating on Drake. He's probably used to it. He hates it, understandably so. Let me preface this by saying I love Yasin B, Bey, Mos Def, so this is no shade to him. Mos Def was recently in an interview, and the interviewer, who knew what she was doing, okay? So I actually don't like that she asked Yasin Bey this question, because she knew his answer. I knew his answer before he was even going to answer this. But she asked Yasin Bey, is Drake hip hop? I didn't watch it. I don't even know why he was being interviewed. Like, what was going on? I mean, he should be interviewed, but I didn't know if he was promoting something, or I don't know. But she knew what she was doing, that this was going to be a viral moment. She knew what she was doing. I knew what she was doing. So Yasin Bey said that he believes that Drake is pop. He does not consider Drake hip hop. He considers Drake to be pop. Some music that you would, if you're going shopping, you're going grocery shopping, you would hear him on the his music on the intercom. And so of course his response has been everywhere, trending. And so this has been a topic pretty much since Drake started popping off. Is Drake hip hop? So Drake responded with a clip of Method Man and Method Man's take on what's hip hop. And basically Method Man, just to kind of paraphrase, was, basically saying hip hop is a culture. It's the music, it's the style, it's the way you dress, it's et cetera, et cetera. I'm paraphrasing this super quickly. Here's my thoughts. Drake is most definitely hip hop. He is a hip hop artist. He raps. The thing about Drake is he is a crossover artist. He transcends what you would consider hip hop music. He is a popular artist. His music will be on the pop chart, on the R&B charts. He sings. He sells millions of records. He appeals to multiple generations, to races all around the world. He is a popular artist. But to say Drake is not hip hop would be wrong. The man raps. He started off as a hip hop artist, but he has been able to transcend the genre. But I don't think that we can take away from the fact that he spits hot fire. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. He is a hip hop artist, and so I think it. There's a word I'm trying to think of, and I can't think of it right now because I'm super tired. It puts hip hop I think it's one thing when hip hop artists will say that, it's more than rap. And, we just celebrated 50 years of hip hop. But then when you have all these artists that have broken barriers, that where hip hop artists can go perform in London and have won Grammys and can collaborate. You have hip hop artists collaborating with Sting, with artists like Sting, for example. And I could pick numerous artists, but I can't think, hip hop artists have collaborated with Madonna and just have transcendent genres. And that's what you want. Hip hop artists would not be able to be successful if they just stayed in a box. They wouldn't be able to make money and sustain 50 years and sustain careers if they didn't just be able to also transcend careers. You have LL Cool J who has successfully become, and Method Man who have become successful, and 50 Cent who have become successful actors and producers, etc. So why can't Drake transcend genres and do other things? And but Drake is such a mega artist, and he does so much. And Drake will, he'll have his house music, which that I don't even know the name of that album. That's the only album I did not like, is that house music, dance music album. But he'll have his reggae sounding songs, and he'll have his R&B sounding songs. He is a popular artist, but you cannot minimize, oh Lord, that's the word I was looking for, who he is as an artist, as a talent. He is a hip hop artist that has transcended a lot genres and generations and etc. You know what I'm saying? Drake is hip hop for sure. And it goes to show also, or it also speaks to how people say the older generations of hip hop, who instead of encouraging and supporting the younger generations, they put down, just because you didn't understand it. Just like back in the day, they didn't understand what hip hop, some of the older artists who weren't hip hop artists, but maybe they were R&B artists. What is this hip hop? What is this rapping stuff? They didn't understand what hip hop was back in the day, but now they may understand it. So now you have these newer artists, and some of the new hip hop is trash, of course, but to minimize what Drake has done and accomplished, I think is just outrageously. And just because it may not be your cup of tea, to say Drake is not hip hop, I think is outrageously outrageous. Is he popular? Is he a popular artist? Yes, but to say he's not hip hop, I think is very, very untrue. And I love Yasin Bey, but I think it's not true. So that's my quick thoughts on that. Switching gears really quickly, on January 15th was the 2024 Emmy Awards, hosted by Anthony Anderson. And one of the coolest things that night was, and Anthony seemed to have done a really good job. I love Anthony Anderson. One of the coolest things that night was the reunion of the Martin cast, and they actually did a really cool mock-up set of the Martin's apartment on the Emmys, and you had Martin Lawrence there, you had Tashina Arnold, Tisha Campbell, and Carl Anthony Payne. Rest in peace, Tommy Ford. And it just was cool just to see the cast there. They actually had a picture of Tommy Ford on the coffee table, so that was really cool. And then Carl Payne, he had a Renum Spoons hat on, if you remember that episode, hilarious episode. So that was really cool. And they talked about how they were on in the 90s and they were never that groundbreaking awesome show. I'm pretty sure, I think I have all the seasons. If I don't have all the seasons, I have most of the seasons on DVD. Yes, I did say DVD. Okay. Uh, uh, they were on, and they had 132 episodes. Syndication, I mean, you can see that the Martin Show pretty much on BET. I know USA had them on syndication. I mean, they've been everywhere. They never were even nominated for an Emmy. So many shows have tried to emulate the magic that was Martin Show. You can duplicate, but you can emulate, but never duplicate, whatever the saying is. No one can ever be what that show was. And they never were even, not only did they never win, they were never even nominated for an Emmy. Can you believe that? Anyways, it was so great to see them all. And people were saying that Martin looked a little bit off, but it was weird because on the show, because I saw like a clip on Instagram, and Martin has had health issues, but when you see the actual show, he was fine. So I don't know. There was nothing wrong with Martin, but it was great to see them all together. So shout out to Martin and Tashina and Tisha and Carl. That was really great to see. So all the nostalgia of that show. And I mean, I've seen those episodes. I think my favorite season, if I had to pick a season, would probably be season 2, I think. But I just love all of them, and it's just so great to see them all together. So shout out to all of them. And then also, where do I want to go? Speaking of the Emmys, shout out to Quinta Brunson. She won an Emmy and for lead actress, and I think it was the first time an African American or Black woman had won an Emmy for lead actress in like 20 something 30 something years. It's something really astronomical. So shout out to Quinta Brunson. I have not watched Abbott Elementary. I keep saying I'm gonna watch it, and I have not watched it, but I've seen clips of it and it looks super hilarious. So I want to get into that show at some point in my life. So, but nonetheless, shout out to Quinta Brunson. And happy belated birthday and RIP to baby girl. Her birthday was on January 16th. She would have been 45 years old. Her label, Blackground Records, which is ran by her uncle Barry Hankerson, released a statement, or I think something on Instagram, saying that her new posthumous album is going to be released this year, 2024. I believe it is called Unstoppable. Interesting about that album, it was initially announced that it was going to be released in 2022, but it was not released in 2022. So hopefully we'll get some new music and a new album from her in this year. Definitely love Aaliyah. Not going to go through my whole story about obviously we all were devastated when she passed, and RIP to all the passengers that passed away in that airplane. But I love me some Aaliyah and would love to hear some more music from her. So hopefully we will get some more music, but nonetheless, RIP and happy birthday, baby girl. Okay, and I was going to talk about this one story I had seen on one of the gossip blogs, and I realized because it irritated me, but then I realized I was giving this person who I'm not really fond of. Not that I'm this huge podcast, but I would have been giving this person potentially more fuel to the BS that they've been spewing. So I'm not going to talk about that. But one of the things that I found kind of interesting, and I really didn't read much into it, is that I saw this post that some concert goers were, I don't know if it has been officially filed, but that they were wanting to sue Madonna for her New York City show starting 2 hours late. And one of the things that, I guess they did file it. One of the things that it said was because they had to wake up early the next day. And one of the things that I thought was, that's how you know that these folks are some grown folks, because they like, child, we gotta work in the morning. This is past our bedtime. And I guess the show reportedly ended around 1 a.m. And I was just, and it said that they're seeking unspecified damages. And I'm just like, what damages? Did you go to work though, bruh? And just reminded me, and I won't say the artist, but just reminded me, this only happened to me one time. I think I've spoken about this before, that I went to a concert. This was back in my younger years. And the artist did not get on stage. I'm like, this is nothing. The artist did not get on stage until after 1 a.m. Not we got home. They did not get on stage till after 1 a.m. And we left probably, they got on stage about 1. We probably left about 1:30 because we was like, And we had been there probably about 3 hours. Because we were thinking they would probably get on about 11:30. Because we knew what type of situation this was. And they didn't get on stage till about 1. So I was like, y'all didn't get home till 1, bruh. How about the artist didn't get on stage till 1? But I'm just, what are the damages? At the end of the day, you have the right to leave. I mean, I could understand wanting a refund, your ticket refunded, but I'm just, what are you suing? Were you hurt? Now, if you were at a concert and you were hurt, but I don't understand suing the artist. And I didn't read the full article because I'm like, maybe I'm missing something here. But I'm telling you, this is a day and age of people feeling as though they can sue for everything. Yeah, you looked at me too long and I'm suing. So I don't know. I just thought that was very comical. So maybe there's more to it. I will admit I did not read that whole thing, but I'm just confused. So that's that. That's my entertainment stuff for the day. Quick little life stuff. So I was going to do this as a rave, but I figured I would just, because I don't have anything else to talk about in regards to life stuff. So I figured I would have this be my life stuff portion. So earlier this month was my younger brother's birthday. So shout out to him, and pretty cool. I pretty decently close to my younger brother, pretty much helped raise him. When my father was alive, the third parent. When my father passed, I pretty much, helped my mom, helped step in and help raise him. Helped her out when my mother raised him. I was not in the household. Well, was I not? No, I was not in the household when my father passed. But whatever she needed and stuff, I helped out and just always had him with me. Just had that closeness with him. So, and he's a nice young man. I just, want the best for him and just hope he continues to have that independence. And you want, obviously, for him, I want what I didn't have from my older siblings. I try to guide him because I didn't have that from my older siblings. I was like I was an only child and I wasn't. So I tried to, but he's very independent. He's one of those type of people that he has to learn on his own. And I try to guide him. I'm like, bruh, I've lived this life. Let me help you so you don't have to Let me help guide you, navigate you so you don't have to go, why struggle or go through rough stuff when you, I'm like, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but let me offer you some suggestions, give you some options. But he's cool. So I took him out to eat, which I killed two birds with one stone because I had this thing that I have this goal that within this year, I'm trying to try out 5 new restaurants. And I was able to try this. I always wanted to try this type of food, and I did. I always wanted, like you hear about, and obviously this social media influence, the seafood boil. I've never had a seafood boil, which makes sense because I only eat certain types of seafood. And I wasn't sure if he would like it because he eats like the same thing. I always see him eating certain types of food. My mom's like, no, he eats this and that. I'm like, okay. So I was like, hey, do you want to go to such and such? He's like, yes, I absolutely do. And I was like, okay. And he was just, this is the best food. My brother's very laid back. He is not very expressive. And he was like, oh my God, this is the best food. This is the best. I mean, he was just in heaven. I was like, what is going on? But he really enjoyed it. And so that made me happy, and that he enjoyed his birthday. And the food I liked it, but I don't think I got I should have got it spicier. I got it too mild. I should have got a little spicier, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. He enjoyed his birthday, so that's all that matters. I'm big on birthdays. I don't care if you want a low key birthday, and to me that was low key because we always usually, do something. But as long as you enjoy it, whatever it is, that's all that matters. Whether it's just us getting the cake and saying happy birthday, and that's it. As long as you acknowledge the day of the birth, that's all that matters. So that's that. So shout out to him, and hope he has a really great year. So that's that. That's the life stuff. That's what's going on. All right, what is your girl Rochelle watching? Season 2 of Traitors. I really like that show. The American version is out. It's on episode 4. Spoiler alert. Actually, no, I'm not gonna spoil it. But Phaedra is on there. Who else is on there? CT from The Challenge. Larsa, Pippin, Marcus, Michael Jordan's son. A lot of different reality show people. It's really good, really interesting. I don't like the way some of the few episodes, like who got kicked off. I don't like, some of this stuff. Phaedra, I always like Phaedra. Phaedra's doing her thing. So she is just reality show gold, I will say. But I'm liking the show so far, even though some of the people that has gotten kicked off I don't like. But the show, I don't like that. But the show overall, I do like. So if you haven't seen Traitors, it's basically a show where the people try to win money. You have the faithfuls, you have the traitors. The traitors try to kick off the faithfuls, kinda. The faithfuls are trying to find the traitors. It's hard to explain. Try it. I did not explain that good, but spoiler alert. I don't know if I'm spoiling it. I'm just gonna say spoiler alert for Married at First Sight. If you're not up to date, don't listen to this. Can they just go straight to decision day? Stop torturing us. Let me preface this by saying I love Pastor Cap. Dr. Pepper's cool. Dr. Pia, cool. This is, I respect the experts, pero this is the worst of all the seasons. I don't know if I've seen all the seasons of Married at First Sight, but I've been watching it for years. This is the worst season. And it's been some rough season. That one season where that guy was so horrible to that one girl, slept with her, and did not like her, and drug her through the mud. I can't think of their names. That was a hard season to watch. I wanted to I don't know how they let all that happen. That's probably one of the worst. But this is the worst because ain't no couples left. Where the couples? Where the married couples? It's 2.5 couples. And the ones that are left, they don't really like each other. The one couple, the one guy, low key, high key, he got anger issues. I'm not saying he's abusive. I'm just saying give him a little bit of time. He may go oops upside somebody's head. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying he probably need therapy. He definitely got anger issues and he do not like his bride at all. Go ahead to decision day. I don't know why he dragging it out. The other guy, I don't think he like his wife. This is what I think. I think he likes her as a person. He is not sexually attracted to her. They not gonna make it. And then the other one, they just now getting married. The first wife left him at the altar. What are we doing? Why are we still here? Let's just go ahead and wrap this season up and start again in 8 more months. Sorry. Why? It is such torture watching these people pretend like they gonna make it and pretend like they trying because they not. And then the one girl tried to come for Keisha Knight Pulliam on the after show. And I was like, excuse me, say what? And she set her straight. Keisha was like, girl, I'm trying to help you out. You all right? I think some of these people got a problem with strong black women. Cause if they talking to Dr. Pepper, they fine. But let someone challenge their foolishness, they want to snap back. And even at Pastor Cal. Y'all all right? Throw the whole season away. That's why I couldn't take it. I had to stop. But anyways, I hopefully I'll do a season wrap up. If I do, honestly, it probably will be wrapped up in what I'm already reviewing. I'm not going to do a separate. I just can't. This is such a horrible season. But I did make a decision. I am going to review and recap the new season of Ready to Love. I did like the first episode, which was, well, I'm recording this last week. And so I will do a double episode. My first recap will be a double episode of recap of episode 1 and 2. So by the time this is released, hopefully that will already have gone out. So you will have already listened to that if you are watching the show or not or whatever. So I am going to be recapping Ready to Love Texas. Is that where they are? Fort Worth, Texas. They're doing it a little bit differently, starting it off a little bit differently. I kind of like that. I don't know. We'll see if that is fruitful for them. But I am going to be recapping Ready to Love. And I think what I may do is Love and Marriage DC is starting up this month. I may sprinkle in my thoughts here and there somewhere in my episodes, but I won't be officially recapping that because I can't do 2 shows at one time. But yeah, so that's the announcement. They have some interesting singles, so we'll see. We shall see. So that's the announcement. Be on the lookout for my Ready to Love recap. So getting back to that. Are any of y'all watching the First Time Buyers Club on OWN? I did watch some snippets of it. It looked interesting. I may watch it just for information purposes, because y'all know, or you may not know, but I am trying to buy a house this year. Please, Lord, Lord, please. So I think if nothing else, it may give me a little information. Some of the clips I was like, yep. I did see one thing and I was like, yeah. But if nothing else, I think it would be informative. So I don't know. I do want to check it out when I do get a chance. So that's that. And then Love is Blind starts back. I'm not recapping this, but Valentine's Day they did release the pictures of the new cast, and I don't know if they released any bio information, but I don't want to look at that because I think that takes away from the surprise, and I like to see it when I don't want to look at them before I can watch the show. I don't think I ever really do that. I want to see it as it's going along. So, but the information is out that you can at least look at them. I don't know if they have any bios or, this is Susie, age 32, she a nurse. I don't know if that's out there, but I'm not even trying to look at it. So, but I do know they did release a little bit of information about who's on the show. So yeah, so that's that. I think that is it for this episode. Let me think. Let me make sure I'm not I mean, it's very possible I'm forgetting something, but let me think. I can't promise this, but I have been talking about Oppenheimer for a very long time. I do want to do within the next 2 months. I don't know. I feel like that's doable. I do want to do a quick, fast movie review of that, but I don't quote me, like don't hold me to the green on that. But I would like to do a review on that. That's a hope. Fingers, toes, crossed. But we'll see what happens. So let's get into what I do on Thursdays. That is a song of the podcast. That could be a new song or an oldie but goodie that's in heavy rotation. Something that I love that if it's new to you, I hope that you add it to your heavy rotation, add it to your playlist. Or if it's a song that you know and maybe you forgot about, you'll go back to it and get back to listening to it. So let's start off. Since I mentioned Aaliyah, I'm going to pick my all-time favorite song from her, which is Your Love is a 1 in a Million. That is my all-time favorite song from Aaliyah. And then also an unreleased, I'm not even sure, don't let me lie about this song. It initially was unreleased. Let me see, was that on her I Care For You album though? Let me not lie here for you. The song is Come Over, but I'm not sure if that was on that I Care For You. Oh, they did release it on the I Care For You album. So that, the other one is Come Over. So I'm going to pick 1 in a Million and Come Over. And fun fact about Come Over, that song also was done by Changing Faces. So I love both versions. So nonetheless, 1 in a Million by Aaliyah. And then Can You Come Over? Come over, can you come over? Can I come? Hey, I'm saying it wrong. Let me get the right lyrics. Can I come over? Come over. Can I come over? Okay. And then I want to pick another song that I recently added to my playlist. And that is by an artist called Corinne Hawthorne. And it's called Cut 'Em Off. So, Corinne Hawthorne, Cut 'Em Off, Aaliyah, 1 in a Million, and also by Aaliyah, Come Over. Thank you for tuning in again. Lo siento. I know there was no new episode last week. Keep rocking with your girl. That is not a normal occurrence over here, but appreciate all of you. Take care of yourselves. Self-care is very important. Be on the lookout for Now I'm back with my reality show recaps, Ready to Love. Subscribe to me wherever you get your podcast content. Tell your loved ones about me so that they can get in on this too. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe over on YouTube. And then also Apple Podcasts, leave me a review. And until next episode, this is your girl, Rochelle.